Hey everybody, Peach here, and today we're going to take a look at the Speediance Gym Monster 2, which is an all-in-one compact digital gym, which essentially has a built-in personal trainer. This could be perfect for those who are limited on space, who want to take the guesswork out of getting into or staying into shape, or those who want to level up with the benefits of digital magnetic resistance that analog resistance types from barbells, dumbbells, or cable pulley systems just aren't capable of. Now, just so you know, 5 months ago, Speediance reached out to me to review this product, and I turned them down for several reasons. Concern number one I had was I was not sold on the concept of digital resistance. My barbells, dumbbells, and cable pulley systems never have to be plugged in or charged, so why would I want this? It seems inconvenient. Number two, I was worried it would not be challenging enough. It's got a max resistance level of 220 pounds, but I bench, squat, and deadlift way more than that, so it's probably not going to challenge me. Number three, bad quality. I had no idea if this was going to be a quality product made from cheap, inferior materials propped up by good marketing and photoshopped images. I had tried the tonal before, and I was impressed with it, but the Gym Monster 2 is less expensive than the tonal, so I was worried that it would be significant lower quality. So I said, no thank you, I'll pass.
Goodbye.
But then I attended Home Gym Con 2025 in Louisville, Kentucky, and Speediance was one of the vendors. I was able to use the product there, and it completely changed my mind and alleviated all of those initial concerns. Again, concern number one, digital magnetic resistance. I love it. It has the following resistance modes: standard, chains, eccentric, and fixed speed. Okay, now your typical cable pulley systems and weight plates just can't offer that. And I'll explain each one of these modes later in the video. Concern number two, not challenging enough. So is this just for beginners? Absolutely not. The very first workout I did, it kicked my butt. It pushes you further because you cannot cheat like you can with analog resistance. It counts the reps in real time, monitoring the force output and keeping you constantly engaged on each and every rep, pushing you to go as hard as you can. Concern number three, quality. The product itself is much higher quality than I assumed it would be, and it far exceeded my initial expectations. The materials used, even down to the speaker system, is much nicer than I expected them to be. The product can be purchased in the following packages. You have your basic package, which is the unit plus the following accessories: barbell hooks, the extender belt, ankle straps, triceps rope, adjustable barbell, handles, the Bluetooth ring, and the Bluetooth ring clip. And we're going to talk more about this Bluetooth ring here later in the video. Then you have the Works package, which is the basic package, plus a flat bench, which is crucial because other benches probably will not fit on this platform. Then you have Works Plus, where instead of a flat bench, you get an adjustable bench. And you have the Family Plus, which is the Works Plus plus a rower. Okay, now my recommendation is I would personally go with either the Works Plus or the Family Plus. Having an adjustable bench is crucial to really leverage the full benefits of the product. Being able to get the bench's back pad at an incline is an important option in my opinion, and you can't do this with a flat bench. With Family Plus, you're also getting that rower, but if you already have a rower or just don't like rowing, you can skip that and save yourself some money. Now, before we go any further, I just want to clarify this is not a review. This is not a deep dive video. This is merely a first impressions video. I just received the product about a week and a half ago. A deep dive review will be coming after I use the product for a longer period of time. So be sure to subscribe and hit the notifications bell to see how this product fared after I used it for a longer period of time. And I also want to disclose that Speediance did send me the product for free in exchange for this first impressions video and the subsequent reviews. Now, with regard to delivery, unboxing, and assembly, the boxes came on a pallet and they were delivered by a freight company. They delivered it right to my door, and all I had to do was get it into my basement. And it was an incredibly hot day, so I did work up quite a sweat getting it into my basement. The unit, along with the accessory pack, is in one big box, and the bench is in a separate box, and the rower is in the third box. So I received a total of 3 boxes. The packaging was incredible. In fact, it was probably the most well-packaged gym product that I've ever received. As a result, each and every item came in pristine condition. The unit and the bench are pre-assembled, but the rower does require some assembly, and it can be done in about 20 minutes. It does have wheels so that you can move it into position very easily. Setup is easy. You simply push this button right here, and it will unlock the platform, and then we put these in here to lock the platform into position. Once that's locked, plug it in, turn it on, and start creating your profile. And each family member can have their own user profile, so everyone's workouts can be tracked separately. All right, so just like any functional trainer, you're going to be able to set the pulleys at different heights. So there's 11 heights on the vertical axis and 1 position on the lower axis. So to adjust, we're just pulling a pop pin and setting it to the appropriate height, and you're gonna wanna do the same height on both sides. Now to remove this and put it down below, you're simply gonna push this button, lift out, and then you can set it down below by just sliding it in the rail and then letting it click. We'll do the same thing on this side. And that's virtually it. So then take your favorite attachment, such as the barbell, right? And we'll just clip in. So there's these little clips. You simply push the button on the balls on the end of the pulley rope, and do it for both sides. And that's essentially it. Now with the barbells, there's also barbell clips. So we can slide those on right here, and now you can rack the barbell. Okay, now with regard to the touchscreen, there's so many features here. We're gonna get deep into this in the in-depth review, which is gonna come out, but let me basically cover some of the basics. So you set your profile here. So I'm on dad, there's also mom, okay? So you can scroll down, you can control the music, you can control the volume, the sound effects, the voice guidance, the screen brightness, okay? All that good stuff, and there you go. Now, if you're holding the barbell, you can't really control the screen. So what did they do? They give you this, okay? This is a Bluetooth ring. So you put that on your finger, you turn it on by holding down the button, okay? And I see it's connected. So let's go to free lift. We're gonna pick standard to start out. Set on barbell. Okay, assist mode is off. Let me turn off the music so that we don't get a copyright strike on this YouTube video. Let's go back. And I have it set on, let's just put it on something easy. 35 pounds. So to turn it on or turn it off, I simply push the button on this Bluetooth trigger right here, okay? I can also adjust the amount of resistance by using the flywheel on that Bluetooth ring. So you can see I'm adjusting the resistance, okay? It's not turned on right now. This is free to move as I please, but when I push turn on, the resistance will kick in right there. And now it will measure the power output. So the green bar on the left is going to be the left side of the barbell, and the yellow is the right side. So I want to make sure that I'm being consistent and that I'm lifting evenly. I'm not favoring one side. So the screen is helping me do that. It's also on the right-hand side rather, is measuring the range of motion with this graph for each and every rep. Now when I'm done, I can simply push the button again on the Bluetooth ring, turn it off, and now I can rack the barbell. And that's essentially how we use it. Now let's check out these other weight modes. All right, so that was standard mode. There's also chain mode, eccentric mode, and fixed speed. So on chain mode, it's just like adding chains to a barbell. On the concentric portion, it's gonna get harder, and on the eccentric portion, it's gonna get easier, because as you pick links of chains up and off the ground, it's gonna change the weight dynamically. So I'm gonna put it on chain mode, and you can set what the concentric and eccentric portion are gonna be. I'm doing 26 plus 13. So on the concentric portion, it's gonna be 13 pounds heavier than on the eccentric, right? And that's fully customizable. So let me turn it on. Okay, there it goes. And we curl. Now, eccentric mode is basically the exact opposite. So the eccentric portion is gonna be harder than the concentric. So I'm gonna hit eccentric. We'll just keep it at 26 plus 13, but again, it's completely customizable. Okay, now it's 26, 12. Okay, so it's gonna be 12 pounds harder on the eccentric portion. Let me turn it on by using, again, the Bluetooth trigger here. And here we go. So it's 12 pounds harder as it goes down. Oof. Okay, irregular dumbbells, cable pulley systems, and barbells cannot do this. Okay, let me turn it off. And it's monitoring my power output and my range of motion to keep me honest as I do each rep. Now on fixed speed, the more power I put into it, the harder it's gonna be. This will kick your butt, okay? Turn it on. Now, the more I put into it, oh boy, the harder it is. If I go super easy, it's easy. If I go hard, it's hard. Okay, turn it off. We also have partner mode. So that means this side can be controlled independently of this side. So you can have two people, using the handles to do exercises at the same time. We also have assist mode. So on assist mode, if it senses that you're failing, it will help you. So there's two levels, level 1, level 2. I'm gonna do level 2 here, and we'll put it on standard. Now, when I start failing, it's going to lower the weight so I can finish the reps. Here we go. Let me turn it on. Okay, now it's on, and we curl. Okay, now I'm gonna start failing here. Come on. And it's dropping the weight so that I can finish the rep. See, it dropped it down to 18 pounds from 26. So, this is why this is beneficial. Your standard dumbbells, barbells, and cable pulley system can't do all this. So, that's why I'm really liking it so far. Now, I mentioned before that it's kind of like having your own personal trainer. That's because there's currently over 500 workouts with the product, okay? And there is no subscription. With Tonal, I think you have to pay about 60 bucks a month to use the product, whereas with this, no subscription, you just pay what you pay, and that's it. All right, the Speediance Gym Monster 2. Is this the right product for you? Well, at this point, I can't really steer you towards the product or away from it because I have not used it long enough. That being said, so far I'm really enjoying it. And to be honest, I really needed to shake things up with my training. Lately, I found myself not being focused during workouts, being distracted by my phone, taking too long in between sets, and just not pushing myself enough. As of right now, I think having someone guide me step by step in the workout, pushing me to make every rep count, might just be the thing to reinvigorate my home gym workouts. And in fact, I'm going to virtually exclusively use this for the next 5 weeks, and then I'll report back with an in-depth review covering the good and the bad of the product. So to learn more about the product in the meantime, click on the link down in the video description below for more details. And be sure that you're subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on to be alerted the moment that review drops.